Narendra Modi has just spoken to Krishnanagar candidate Rajmata Amrita Roy. In a phone call with Amrita Roy, Prime Minister told that he is exploring legal options to ensure that the money looted from the poor of Bengal goes back to them through whatever assets and money the Enforcement Directorate has attached from the corrupt with regards to all those cases and investigations that are currently ongoing. But the latest we are bringing to you is that Prime Minister Modi has just had a telephonic conversation with Rajmata Amrita Roy, who's also the Krishnanagar candidate, as we know. And Prime Minister has in fact shared his plans of how he wants to return the money to the poor of Bengal, which as he's said and gone on to indicate has been looted by the corrupt politicians of the state. Now remember, in the past couple of years we've seen central agencies, not just the Enforcement Directorate but also the CBI, go all guns blazing after the corrupt politicians of the Trinamool Congress, and it is on this corruption plank that the BJP has based its entire pitch in Bengal, that it will bring justice, it will bring equality not just to the poor of Bengal but also the women. Let's quickly go across to Payal on the phone line. Payal, indeed, a huge promise being made by Prime Minister over there, very heartening indeed for the poor of the state.
Well, absolutely. The Prime Minister not only speaking about this today, but also speaking about this yesterday when he was speaking to the candidate from Kerala, essentially saying that the money which has been looted of the poor will be coming back in some way or the other. The options are being considered. The BJP is committed to the cause of the poor and committed to the cause of uprooting the corruption in the country. And the PM has expressed confidence that BJP will bring parivartan in the state. Remember, yesterday he spoke to Rekha Patra, who is a victim from Sandesh Khali, and today he's spoken to another candidate over here. This time around, but he's taking on Mahua Moitra. Remember, Mahua Moitra was expelled from Parliament given the fact that corruption was proved against her. There were private cases charges that were proved against her, which led to the cancellation of her Lok Sabha membership. And Mahua continues to face the ire of the central agencies, with several agencies like BJP and the CBI investigating her on various issues. So obviously the Prime Minister, we are confirming once again and said that, whenever there is a case of corruption, his government will ensure that the corrupt are brought to the book, they are brought to justice, and this is something which the Prime Minister's commitment has been. It comes in at a very, very important time, 2 days, since yesterday and today. The Prime Minister has had word with three women candidates of BJP, understanding from them what the message on ground is, what the mood on ground is. And it goes without saying that the BJP is putting its biggest thrust, its biggest strength behind the women power in this election.
Absolutely. In fact, let's also quickly go across to Pallavi, who's also live with us. Pallavi, when you see the contest being held between, say, as far as Rajmata Amrita Roy is concerned, first of all, do shed light on what kind of a candidate Rajmata Amrita Roy is. She, as we all know, hails from the royal family of Krishnanagar, and when she's being fielded against an opponent, say like Mahua Moitra, what is the message that's going out from the BJP?
I mean, if you just look carefully at the kind of conversation which the Prime Minister had with Rajmata Amrita Roy, very clearly corruption was a point which he kept on stressing on. He kept on saying that I want to ensure that the money which has been looted from the poor goes back to them through whatever assets and money ED has attached from the corrupt. That on one hand, the BJP is committed to uproot corruption in the country. On the other hand, all the corrupt have come together to save each other. These are very interesting nuances and messaging which is coming in from the Prime Minister, and that too in Krishnanagar. Now, Krishnanagar is a constituency represented by Mahua Moitra. She's got that ticket from there once again. In fact, we are being told that Mamata Banerjee, when she's going to begin her campaign for the Lok Sabha election, she's going to begin with Krishnanagar in trying to send out a message to the BJP, unfazed, unrepentant, and also that we are not going to be giving up on supporting Mahua Moitra. Mahua Moitra is under a scanner. There has been a FIR against her in the cash for query controversy. There are these allegations of how she gave in the login account of the Parliament ID that she had to a businessman based in Dubai, and that's what the FIR mentions, that how she got cash in return, expensive gifts in return, and that's the corruption which is going to be an issue which the BJP is going to make there. Therefore, the Prime Minister talking to a Rajmata on corruption, that the people will get the money which has been looted. I think that's a very strong messaging which is going in from the PM in the context of what the Krishnanagar constituency has become all about.
Payal is back with us. Payal, in fact, when the BJP is playing the royal heritage card against a Mahua Moitra, will this be the ultimate trump card working in favor of the BJP? As Pallavi was also highlighting, the message that has been sent out by Prime Minister himself is, of course, attacking the corruption that we've seen plague the state of Bengal.
Well, there are 2 or 3 things to watch out for as far as this constituency of Krishnanagar is concerned. Remember, this Rajmata joined the BJP only as early as last week, and within the couple of days of her joining, her candidature was announced from Krishnanagar. So, comparing to Mahua, she's also a woman candidate. So, a woman candidate will be taking on a woman candidate. Mahua Moitra also claims to have some connection to the royal family and royal heritage. This lady over here, Rajmata, also is a royal connection that she's actually speaking about. And most importantly, it's the BJP's trump card to play against Mahua Moitra, saying that she's somebody who was corrupt. She was pulled up by the courts of the country. She tried everything possible to make sure that she was able to ditch the law, but that did not really happen, and finally she was expelled from parliament. And even now, as we speak, she's facing action from the ED and the CBI. Multiple raids have also been multiple raids have taken place at the residence of her father, of her as well. She's been questioned a couple of times as well. Several people who are associated with her have been questioned as well. So that's the reason this whole pitch coming in from the Prime Minister, saying that anybody who's corrupt will be brought to the books. And that's the reason the BJP very, very carefully choosing this candidate of Krishnanagar, essentially trying to give a message saying that Mahua Moitra is, of course, representing Mamata Banerjee. But Mamata Banerjee has no sympathy for either people who are corrupt, who are facing the law. She's probably been backing them. And Mahua Moitra is one of those candidates. And of course, Mahua Moitra's language, the way she's been speaking, and that is something which, of course, has never been objected to by the TMC. So that's the larger message that is being said, that it's a woman versus woman battle in a state where women are said to be extremely prominent. 3.9 crore plus women up, who are going to be voting this time around. Very, very important vote bank. The BJP is really eyeing this women vote bank. And that's the reason the Prime Minister, in fact, has been speaking to these women through yesterday and today.
Pallavi, if you look at the Trinamool Congress, the plank on and the motto of the party, in fact, was Ma Mati Manus, and that completely has been decimated by the Bharatiya Janata Party, with, of course, Prime Minister himself spearheading that entire campaign against the TMC, attacking them for, in fact, we are running short of time. We'll have to shift focus